Magandang araw sa ating lahat and welcome sa ating panibagong discussion. Our topic for today is all about proving the remainder and factor theorems. Ito ay part 2 of our video tutorial regarding quarter 1, week number 6 of the grade 10 mathematics. And this is Mr. Reyes once again guiding you sa ating discussion ngayong araw. Umpisan natin sa pagbibigay ng learning objectives. Our learner proves the remainder theorem and factor theorem. Second, performs exercises involving the remainder theorem and the factor theorem. Another warm-up activity. Kung pamilyar pa rin kayo dito, whose math line is it? Anyhow, na kung saan may ibibigay akong statement dito. Out of that statement is i-figure out ninyo kung sinong or anong mathematical statement ang nagdi-derive sa statement na yon or nagsasalita sa statement na yon. Kapag nagbigay ba ako ng ebidensya, paniniwalaan mo ba ako? Ano kaya mathematical term ang involved yan? You can pause the video and check your answer later. At ang tamang sagot ay theorem. Tama nga naman. May mga theorem kayong na-encounter nung grade 8 o kaya grade 9. Tapos, pinaniniwalaan nyo yung theorem na yon kapag nagsabi si teacher na kailangan nyo i-prove or magbigay kayo ng evidence or mag-derive kayo. During our discussion sa sequence, pinilit nating mai-derive, mai-consider ang derivation ng mga formulas bago natin gamitin sa mga iba't ibang problems. Because according to Merriam-Webster, ang theorem daw ay pwedeng isang formula, proposition, or statement in mathematics or logic which is deduced or to be deduced from other formulas or propositions. Nagbibigay tayo ng proofs, ika nga, and there are many ways to give a proof. It could be in two-column proof na gagamitin natin mamaya, or it could be also in paragraph proof. And the two theorems na i-consider natin ay remainder theorem at saka the factor theorem. Alam ko medyo mahirap, but do not give up. I-explain natin kung paano nangyari or bibigyan natin ng proofs or evidences bago natin tanggapin yung mga theorems na ito. Okay. Ang ating mga references ay nanggaling sa alternative delivery mode ng ating Department of Education for quarter 1, module 9, proving remainder theorem and factor theorems. Kumuha din ako ng ibang details sa ating learning material bago nag-start yung ating K-12 ng grade 10 mathematics. Makikita nyo doon. Umpisahan natin sa remainder theorem. If the polynomial p of x is divided by quantity x minus a, or in symbol, we have p of x all over x minus a is actually equal to the q of x or the quotient plus the remainder all over x minus a. Or we could say also that p of x, which is the dividend, that is equal to x minus a, which is the divisor, times the quotient and adding the remainder. It states that in this theorem, the remainder theorem, ang remainder r daw ay makukuha by getting the p of a, and in the long run, we could say that the value of the remainder is equal to the p of a. Yes, so yun yung ipoprove natin. Ang gagamitin nating ideya is the two-column proof. Kung naalala nyo, sa two-column proof, may statement and then may reason sa second column. Para medyo entertaining or motivating yung gagawin natin pag-prove, nag-integrate tayo ng English dito, wherein from every statement here or every reason na kailangan natin from the statement, mabi-verify natin through the right spelling and the right side here. Okay? So the answer for number 1 is, this is our statement and the reason for that is given, which is actually noted from the statement of about remainder theorem. So ito yung tama, given is the right choice. So from that, it accompanies the right spelling of the word accommodation. Because at some point, nagkakamali talaga tayo sa spelling ng accommodation eh. Maging ako, hindi ko alam kung tama ba yung sinusulat ko na double M. Yun pala is double yung C din, at saka yung double din yung M. Second statement. So, P of A is equal to A minus A times Q of A plus R, or the remainder. Ano kaya magiging reason natin dito? Kung na-figure out nyo, yung X dito, pinalitan mo ng A. Okay? Yung X pinalitan ng A. So, meaning, we just have, or we made it substituted yung ginawa natin. So, therefore, the right answer there is substitute all X with A. So, pinalitan lang natin yung mga values ng A dito. Meaning to say, from the right side here, the right spelling is this one, hypocrisy. Okay? We have another one, third statement. We have P of A is equal to 0 times the Q of A plus the remainder R. Ano kaya ang naging reason natin dyan? Going back to the second statement, tapos naging third statement dito. Kung napansin nyo, binago lang natin ito or sinimplify natin yan. So, nagkaroon tayo ng simplification that the value of the A minus A is actually 0, which is this. So, the right spelling is occurrence. Double C, double R pala yun. And we also have, from the third statement, so we could say that A minus A is equal to 0. Okay? How about the last statement here? P of A is equal to R. Ano yung ginawa natin? So, let us consider the following word in its spell ba? Or tama ba yung spelling ng monastery or monastery? So, from that, we can say na mali ang spelling ito, mali din to, because the right reason or the right spelling is this one, monastery. And from that, the reason would be multiplication by 0. It means that when you multiply 0 to any number or expression, nagka-cancel out, nawawala. So, meaning na-cancel ito. Naiwan na lang yung ating capital R or the remainder kung tawagin. So, therefore, na-prove natin yung remainder theorem class that the value of the remainder is actually equal to the P of A. Yung A dito galing doon sa divisor. Example natin. We are going to find the remainder of the following. Kung nare-recall nyo, there are two ways to simplify the remainder here. We could already apply the formula from the remainder theorem, or you could go back by the synthetic, or if you are still a big fan of long method, pwede rin yun, pero the long method is not advisable. So, dalawa yung gagawin natin. What if we will be using the remainder theorem? Ano ba yung sinabi natin doon? Isa-substitute natin, taken from x plus 3, the value of A here is negative 3. Or we could just have to equate by 0 the x plus 3, and then you could have x equals to negative 3, and that is our value of A. So, P of negative 3, substitute natin. We have x cubed. So, we have negative 3 cubed. Ito, x cubed. Plus 2. Quantity negative 3 squared. Minus 5 times another negative 3. And then plus 2. Tuloy natin. Negative 3 raised to 3 is negative 27. Plus 2. Times 9, and the result of this is 15, positive 15, then plus 2. Continue natin, negative 27 plus 18 plus 15 plus 2. So what would be the result? Kung itutuloy natin, we have negative 27 plus all the positive amounts here. You will have 35, okay? So what will be the answer, or the final answer? Yes, the final answer is 8. So therefore, the remainder, okay, because we are going to get the remainder is 8. Let's try to prove using the synthetic. Kung naalala nyo sa synthetic division, kung ano yung pinaka-last number sa third row, yun yung remainder natin. I-apply natin yan. Lalagay natin dito yung value ng a na negative 3, and then we will write down those coefficient of our polynomial. We have 1, 2, negative 5, and 2. So bring down the 1 as always. Minumultiply natin doon, tapos nilalagay dito yung product. So 1 times negative 3 is negative 3, lagay natin dito. And then we have negative 1. Pag i-add mo ito, negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. And then i-add natin, we will have negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6, and you will have 8. So therefore, tama, ang remainder natin is equal to 8. Example number 2. Given the polynomial, this is our polynomial, we are going to use the remainder theorem or synthetic division to find each function value. So, basically, ang mas magandang option natin dito is to use the synthetic, or you could also use the remainder theorem. So, ito, pag naka-ready na ito as remainder theorem, what is our f of 1? So, 1 cubed minus 5 times 1 squared, okay, minus 7 times 1, and then plus 4. So therefore, we have 1 minus the result of this is 5, the result of this is minus 7, and then bring down the 4. What will be our final answer? If you will simplify this, you will arrive at negative 7. So therefore, the value of f of 1 is negative 7, or basically, the remainder is negative 7 kapag yung f of 1 or galing yan sa x minus 1. Itong f of negative 2 naman, galing yan sa divisor na x plus 2. Ano kaya ang magiging remainder kapag yung polynomial na ito ay dinivide mo sa x plus 2? So, para maiba naman yung way natin, we just have to use the synthetic. Pwede rin. We have 1, negative 5, kinukuha ko siya dito, and then we have negative 7, and then we have 4. So, we have 1 times negative 2 is negative 2, negative 5 plus negative 2 is negative 7, negative 7 times negative 2 is 14, negative 7 plus 14 is 7, 7 times negative 2 is negative 14, so therefore the remainder is negative 10. The remainder for letter B is negative 10. Yan. And then the last one, it's up to you if ano yung gagamitin mo. So, ang preferred way dito para sa akin is mas maganda na yung synthetic. So, we have 1/2. We will write down 1, negative 5, negative 7, and then we have 4. So we can bring down the 1. 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. We have negative 5 plus 1/2. If we will simplify that, let me write here. We have the LCD of 2, and then 2 times 1 is 2 divided by 1 is 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 plus 1. So the answer here is negative 9/2. Negative 9/2 times 1/2 is negative 9/4. Medyo mas mahirap yata yung synthetic dito. Pero okay lang, pagpatuloy na natin. We have negative 7 plus negative 9/4. Okay, we will have LCD of 4. Then we have 4 divided by 1 is 4 times negative 7 is negative 28 plus negative 9. We will have negative 37 over 4. So the answer here is negative 37 over 4. Multiply that again by 1/2. Okay, maubos na yung space natin. Negative 37 over 4 multiplied by 1/2. You will have negative 37 over 8. That is the number to be written here. Hindi na kumasya tuloy. 4 plus negative 37 over 8. So, we have 8. 8 divided by 1 is 8 times 4 is 32. minus 37. So you will have negative 5 over 8. So therefore, the remainder here is negative 5 over 8. Medyo nahirapan tayo sa synthetic ha. Subukan nga natin yung substitution. I-prove natin na tama yung sagot natin. Again, mag-substitute tayo ng 1/2. So we have 1/2 cube minus 5 times 1/2 squared minus 7 times 1/2 plus 4. So 1/2 cube is 1/8. And the result of this, if you will continue doing this, we have 5 over 4. This part, we have negative 7 halves and we have positive 4. The LCD, kung titignan ninyo, the answer is 8. So 8 divided by 8, that is 1 times 1 is 1. Then 8 divided by 4 is 2 times 5 is 10. 8 divided by 2 is 4 times 7 is 28. Okay, this is negative 28. And then we have 8 divided by 1 is 8 times 4 is 32. Simplify natin. 1 minus 10 is negative 9. Okay? Negative 9 minus 28. What is negative 9 minus 28? Negative 37. Negative 37 plus 32 is negative 5. And then copy the 8. So therefore, it is actually negative 5 over 8 pa rin. Okay? Medyo mahirap yung last yung letter C natin. But it's okay. Challenging. Kumbaga. Our next theorem is the factor theorem. It states that if P of A is equal to 0, then X minus A is a factor of our polynomial or the P of X. Conversely, kung babaliktarin mo yan, if X minus A is the factor of P of X, we could say that P of A is equal to 0 also. Paano ipoprove yan? Paragraph proof tayo ngayon. So, again, merong proofreader ba dito? Yung spelling tayo. Tingnan natin kung sino yung right spelling dito. It accompanies statement here. Kung ano yung dapat isulat dyan, yun yung tamang spelling. Kung tama yung napili natin. So, let us try. We have X minus A is a factor of P of X if and only if the remainder R of P of X divided by X minus A is, so from our given, we could say that the result here is 0. Okay? Wherein the right spelling is this one. That's the spelling of the millennium. And we have by the remainder theorem na na-prove na natin a while ago, kung ang remainder ay 0, we could say that the converse of the remainder theorem is kung isa-substitute mo yung value ng A natin, okay, ito yung magiging counterpart niya if and only if our P of A is equal to 0. Therefore, the remainder is 0 from that. So therefore, this is the right spelling, pronunciation. Okay, pronunciation. So the answer here, if and only if P of A is equal to 0. Ito, kailangan maging 0 din yan. And we have X minus A is a factor of P of X if and only if. Kung titignan natin to, kapag factor daw ito ng P of X by converse, ibig sabihin nito that the P of A must be equal to 0. Taken from here, we could substitute A, provided na magiging 0 yan, factor yan ng ating polynomial na, or given na polynomial P of X. Okay, sounds complicated, but if you are going to apply that through example, maintindihan mo rin. Okay, i-prove natin whether, or let us test whether our example na x plus 2 ay factor ng ating given na polynomial expression dito. So, pero mas maganda dito is gamitin na lang natin yung remainder theorem. Okay? By substituting negative 2. Paano nakuha yung negative 2? We could equate this by 0 and magiging x is equal to negative 2. And this is our A to be substituted. So, P of negative 2, we have negative 2 cubed, this one, minus 2 times negative 2 squared minus 5 times negative 2 plus 6. We have negative 8. The result of this is, if you will continue doing this, or simplify na lang muna natin by this way, then plus 10 plus 6. So you could have negative 8 minus 8 plus 10 plus 6. This is negative 16. This is positive 16. So therefore, if you are going to simplify that, the answer is 0. So meaning, okay, yan, medyo indicate pala natin dyan yung slide. By synthetic, if you will continue doing this by synthetic, you could also arrive at 0. So therefore, you could finalize that x plus 2 is a factor because we arrive at the remainder of 0. It is a factor of x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. Kung sakasakali, if you prefer using synthetic, maaari mong gamitin yon, pero hindi naman required na dalawa yung solution na gagamitin mo parati. Another one, example number 4. Determine if x minus 1 is a factor of the given polynomial p of x is equal to x raised to 25 minus 4. So dito, kung titignan mo, is it advisable to use the synthetic here? Kung napapansin nyo, kung gagamit ka ng synthetic, you must indicate zeros dun sa mga nawawalang degree. Kunwari, nawala yung 24 up to linear term. So, ilang zeros ang kakailanganin mo nun. So, time consuming na yon. So, ang mas magandang gamitin dito actually is substitution of the remainder theorem. So, from x minus 1, magiging x natin doon is equal to 1 or a is equal to 1. So, substitute natin yung 1. We have 1 raised to 25. Okay, mas madali. Minus 4 is equal to 1 minus 4. So the answer is negative 3. So therefore, we could say that it is not equal to 0 kasi we could say that a certain binomial is a factor of a polynomial provided that the remainder is 0. Since hindi siya nag-0, meaning to say x minus 1 is not a factor of our given p of x. X raised to 25 minus 4. Hindi siya factor. Ito, medyo challenging ito. Paano mo isi-simplify ito? What will be the value of our k in case that sinabi dito na yung x minus 2 daw ay factor daw ng given polynomial na ito? Kung i-analyze natin class, we could say that the value of p of 2, okay, paano ko nakuha yung 2 na yan? Galing siya dito. Yan yung value ng a natin. We could say that the p of 2 is equal to 0 kasi nga sinabi dito na yung x minus 2 is a factor daw. Pag sinabing factor daw, meaning to say ang magiging result daw ng remainder ay 0, or after substituting 2 dito ay 0 daw ang magiging result. Kaya tignan natin, p of 2 is equal to, we have 2 cubed minus k times 2 squared, okay, minus 4 times 2, which is taken from here, and then plus 20. Our p of 2 is actually 0, as to justify na factor daw siya kasi. We could write 8 minus 4k minus 8 plus 20. From here, we could easily say na pwede mo nang i-cancel yun. Yung 20 naman dito, pwede mo nang ilipat sa kabila. And then bring down na lang yung negative 4k natin. And from that, pwede tayong mag-divide ng negative 4 hanggang sa may bigay yung value ng k natin na positive 5. So therefore, ang value ng k natin dito class is 5. because we started at equating this 1 by 0 because the remainder nga is 0. Kasi nasabi dito na yung x minus 2 is a factor of the given polynomial. Okay? Okay, let us go to the last example. Which polynomial gives a remainder of 0 when divided by 3x minus 2? So, kung i-check natin lahat ng mga tuklas, ang pipiliin natin dito is yung kung sino yung magbibigay ng remainder na 0. Ang mas appropriate dito is substitution method. Ang gagawin muna natin, equate natin sa 0 yung 3x minus 2. Then magkakaroon tayo ng iso-substitute na 2/3. So sa letter A natin, kung upon checking it, after substituting by negative 2/3 rather, nagkaroon tayo ng remainder or result na negative 8/3, which is not equal to 0. So that is not the option. While letter B, if we are going to substitute the 2/3 to our letter B, nagkaroon siya ng remainder na 73/3. So that's not the right answer also. Sa letter C natin, if you are going to substitute 2/3, you will arrive at exactly 0. So meaning, the right answer here is letter C. And we could say also that the 3x minus 2 is a factor of 12x squared plus 19x minus 18. And also, pahabol natin yung letter D, prove natin na hindi siya equal sa 0. The result of the remainder is 53/3. So from the choices, the right answer is letter C. So I hope may napulot ka sa mga discussion natin how to determine kung ang certain binomial expression ay factor ng polynomial. Masasabi mo na yun ay factor kung sakasakaling nagbigay ng remainder ay 0. Sa pagkuha naman ng remainder, kung isa-summarize natin, there are two possible ways o kaya tatlong posibleng way. You could have the long method, you can have the synthetic. Pag may makita ka na pinaka-last number doon sa dulo ng synthetic method, yun yung remainder. Or you could apply also the remainder theorem by the process of substitution. And to end our discussion, gusto kong iwanan sa inyo ang quotation na ito. Let them doubt, let them talk down, let them laugh, let them believe that you will never be good enough or strong enough to win. Then let them watch you prove them wrong. So meaning to say, class, kung nangihinayang ka sa iyong mga ginagawa, i-prove mo ang ilan or ang mga kasamahan mo na kaya mong gawin. Kung sa tingin mo ay minamalit ka ng mga ibang tao dahil sa mga gawain mo, or let us say hindi mo kaya, i-prove mo sa kanila na kaya mo. Or kung may hinalang ibang tao sa iyo na maaaring yung mga gawain mo ay nakikinabang ka lang sa mga ibang kaklase mo, prove them wrong na kaya mo rin gawing mag-isa. So that is the way na kung paano mo sinisimplify yung mga gawain mo dahil pinaghihirapan mo. So I hope you could submit your work on time also to your subject teacher. So let us end our discussion. Thank you for the time and have a good day.